What's going on YouTube? Welcome again to another video. So I just hit 3,000 miles on the bike. I haven't changed the oil since I went to Death Valley, so I'm gonna do that now. So I usually change the oil on my bikes around every 3,000 miles. So yeah, here we are. So for the GS and GSA, it's pretty standard, very straightforward. Here's the fill hole. You use your tool that's located under your seat. The handle of the screwdriver opens this, loosen that. I already started the bike. I rode it this morning, get some lunch, so it's warm and it's cooled down now. So I'm gonna get started. We're gonna remove the bash plate, of course, and the drain. The drain is under here. I'll show you guys that in a second. And the oil filter is right here. So I have my tools, my oil filter wrench, Torx kit, just a bunch of socket wrenches, and your oil catch pan. Put it right there. Make sure it holds 4 quarts or more. You're not gonna need more than 4 quarts. You shouldn't. There shouldn't be any more than 4 quarts in here. And the oil that I got, let me guys show you. Let me get the last one. This is what they carry in the store, in the dealership. Other stuff in here. Okay, so take the nice bag out of the way. Here's the oil filter, and the crush washer is inside here. There you go. So the crush washer, the oil filter, BMW brand, and crush washer, don't lose it. And you have 4 quarts of oil, which is, I wonder what grade this is, a W40. So there it is. I'm gonna use that, and all right, so that's it. Let's get started. All right, so open up the seat, and we grab the screwdriver from here, and we use this end. So we took out the metal part, and this is what we use. Let's go ahead and open this up. Wonder if it's how tight this is. Oh, not so much. It's just snug. So we're gonna leave that open. There is a rubber O-ring in here, so make sure to not lose that. Screws, T30 Torx, and it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on the back. So I got the bash plate off. Inspect it, clean it. Take a look. There's washers inside here, so if you're gonna remove them, make sure you put it back in the right orientation. The rubber side goes underneath, the metal goes inside. So it's a bash plate, very clean. I haven't hit it on anything serious, it's just dirty. Alright guys, so the drain bolt is right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and loosen that. Make sure you have your catch can ready so you don't make a mess. I always hate doing this part. Alright, catch can. So the drain bolt takes an Allen key. This one here, this is my biggest one actually. In my set, it says HW10, so it doesn't have other sizes in it. So we're gonna go and use that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and loosen this up carefully. There you go. Not so messy. Oh damn, look how clean that is. You guys see that? Oh, you can't see it. Okay, look how clean that is. Not a lot of metal shavings at all. Interesting. So while that's draining, I went ahead and cleaned my drain plug. As you can see here, it's clean now. So I let it drain for quite a while. I put back the drain plug already. I just hand tightened it. I didn't torque it yet. I'm going to be removing the oil filter now. So it's gonna drip on your exhaust. So make sure that you have some kind of foil like this. Just a basic aluminum foil, and kind of just cover. This might be too big. So just cover your exhaust. So like so. I'm gonna cover my exhaust like this. Because now it's draining on a different location, so make sure you keep that in mind. It's loose now, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it by hand. There it is. So it's dripping. Just let it drip for a while so you don't get surprised by a big. There you go. Oh, I almost dropped it. So here it is. Okay, so I coated the rubber seal with some oil, and I'm going to now put it in there. Just doing it by hand tight right now. This is like 8 foot-pounds of torque, so you don't need much. So now that it's all sealed, I'm gonna go remove this. Make sure, yeah, see? So you don't have to clean your exhaust. There you go. Good to go. Pay attention to the sight glass here, so it's empty right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and add oil. Alright guys, so on the last bottle, as you can see, the level's already half. So, because you can't fully drain the bike, so of course there's gonna be oil left in there, in the crevices. So since that's already saying half, I'm going to start the bike, let it run for a couple minutes, and then see where we end up. Make sure to close the fill hole when you do this. I don't see any leaks. Alright, so I let it run for a little bit, a minute or so. I'm gonna go and let it the oil settle and see where the level is after it ran, and see where it is, and then I will top it off, basically top off the oil as necessary. So let's go ahead and wait. Fast forward to the future. Alright guys, as you can see, the oil level is quite low after it has settled. So we're gonna go ahead and add a couple more, maybe just a half of the bottle to reach the halfway point of the circle, and it should be good enough. Yep, so I added, let's say 3/4 of the fourth bottle, and now we are 3/4 of the way there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that, and that should do it. So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and close this up and basically take a ride and see if there's any more leaks. I went ahead and buttoned it all up. The bash plate is back on. All the oil filter has no leak. Drain bolt has no leak. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take it for a ride and see how it goes. So, but basically that's it. That's the oil change for R1200, R1250GS GSA. I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. So torque the drain bolt to 24 foot-pounds, 8 foot-pounds for the oil filter, and you're good to go. Put all my tools back. I'm gonna go ahead and ride the bike. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. It's the same thing for the 1200 GS and 1200 GSA, 1250. You know, I made a video about this on the when I had my 1200, so it's the exact same thing. So thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.